Moving on, the Ministry of Civil Aviation today released the first draft of the Passengers Charter, spelling out rules for cancellation fee, compensation for missing connecting flights, and planning to introduce Wi-Fi services in flights. Now, this is coming in as a major relief for commuters, lakhs of commuters who are dependent upon airline services. And of course, this is being announced by the Civil Aviation Minister in a major relief to the commuters. This is the first draft of the Passengers Charter. It spells out rules for cancellation fee, also compensation to be given for missing any connecting flights by the passenger, and it further also plans to introduce Wi-Fi services on board flights. These are some of the new rules that are going to be incorporated to make air travel better, and it's a big boost for passenger rights who use the airline services to commute. Of course, this has been announced by the Ministry of Civil Aviation today. It is the first draft of the charter, and it spells out rules for certain rights that may be awarded to passengers. Let's listen into what the Civil Aviation Minister had to say.
चाहे आप कह रहे हैं कि आपको 6 बजे मुंबई जाना है, फिर आप समझते हैं कि नहीं मुझे 8 बजे मुंबई जाना है, उसको अगर आप बदलिएगा तो आपको काफ़ी बड़ा एक कैंसिलेशन चार्ज देना पड़ता है। लेकिन अब हम 24 घंटे आपको दे रहे हैं, पूरा दिन आपको दे रहे हैं। अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं अब मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं 8 बजे नहीं 6 बजे जाना चाहता हूँ, तो आप जाइए और अपना जो है रिजर्वेशन उसको आप बदल दीजिए और आपको कोई कैंसिलेशन चार्ज नहीं देना पड़ेगा। अगर आप किसी का नाम बदलना चाहते हैं तो आप नाम भी बदल सकेंगे। तो इसके द्वारा हमारे यात्रियों को बहुत बड़ी सुविधा मिलने वाली है, और जो कई लोग गलती से कुछ ठीक अपना रिजर्वेशन नहीं कर पाते हैं, वो अब रिजर्वेशन को बदल पाएंगे और इसमें कोई कैंसिलेशन चार्ज वो उनको नहीं देना पड़ेगा। 96 आवर्स का क्या? इसमें बहुत ज़रूरी बात ये है कि अगर आपको अपना रिजर्वेशन बदलना है और कैंसिलेशन चार्ज नहीं देना है, तो 96 आवर्स यानी 4 दिन जाने के पहले आपको ये करना होगा। अगर 4 दिन के समय में आप बदलेंगे तो फिर आपको कैंसिलेशन चार्ज देना पड़ेगा, और हर एयरलाइन का अलग अलग कैंसिलेशन चार्ज होता है। आपको मालूम ही है कि प्लेन में हर सीट जो है वो एक पेरिशेबल एक कमोडिटी है, यानी कि उसका आप उपयोग करिए नहीं तो वो ख़त्म हो जाती है। तो इसलिए हमें एयरलाइन को भी थोड़ी सी छूट देनी पड़ेगी कि लास्ट मोमेंट में अगर आप फ्लाइट को इधर उधर कर रहे हैं तो फिर एयरलाइंस को भी घाटा होता है, तो एयरलाइन को भी इसमें थोड़ा सुरक्षित रखना पड़ेगा।
So this is brilliant news for commuters who use airline services to travel. Jay and Sana, they're of course stating this is the first draft of the passenger rights, defining rights for air passengers, and this is a proposal that has been put forth by the Civil Aviation Ministry, and it's now being open for public consultation. We have Aarti Subramaniam joining us live from the Newspit to throw some more light. Also on the phone line, Vipul Saxena, civil aviation expert. Aarti, so this is a proposal that has been put forth by the Aviation Ministry, but if this is incorporated, this is going to be absolutely brilliant news for lakhs of passengers who use airline services.
Yes, absolutely, Urvashi. Let me just take you through some of these proposals, and it's pertinent to mention here that these are proposals. The Civil Aviation Ministry, of course, is waiting for feedback from all stakeholders before they incorporate these as rules. But some of these proposals are pretty far-reaching. Let me just take you through some of them. So, in case of a flight cancellation, the airline has to offer an alternate flight or refund the ticket if the passenger is informed less than 2 weeks before and up to 24 hours of departure. And the passenger is supposed to be refunded if he or she is not informed up to 24 hours of departure in case the flight is cancelled. Some more rules regarding the cancellation of tickets, this time by the passenger. A cancellation charge levied by the airline on a passenger cannot be more than the basic fare, plus fuel surcharge. There can be no cancellation charges levied by the airline in case within 24 hours of booking. Now, of course, we've spoken about this earlier. They're also planning to introduce Wi-Fi and internet services during a flight. In addition to this, we've seen a number of instances where passengers have just been left on the tarmac stuck for hours together. Addressing this problem, there is also a proposal that if the flight is stuck on the tarmac for more than 120 minutes, the passenger must be deboarded. So some far-reaching proposals here really, and we have Vipul Saxena, who's a civil aviation expert, joining us on the phone line. Mr. Saxena, a lot of proposals here, but do you think the airlines really will go with this, or there will be some resistance from them?
I think apparently the proposal which are there in this passenger charter, broadly it is really a very, very encouraging proposals for the passenger comfort and passenger benefits. However, I would like to add two more things. How the ministry should also look into this, that to give these facilities, I hope the airline don't charge any kind of hidden or any kind of fixed charges to give the services, number one. Second thing, this proposal is silent about what happens if the passenger has to wait in the lounge for up to 3 hours. There is no compensation given for that. Otherwise, other proposals are quite good, and I think it will go in long way for encouraging passengers, more and more passengers, and also to have good comfort and satisfactory flying experience in the Indian skies.
Mr. Saxena, I'm just taking you through some more of these proposals. There's also compensation if a passenger misses a connecting flight due to delay. This is monetary compensation, of course. A delay of more than 3 hours is around 5,000 rupees. A delay of up to 12 hours is 20,000 rupees. So as you mentioned, yes, the airline will have to shell out if they are found at fault. And do you really see the airlines then passing on the burden in terms of increasing flight charges across the board in lieu of this, or rather to offset these increased expenditures?
Yes, that is what I'm trying to say, that I hope the airline don't increase the the fares or add some kind of hidden charges to cater for this kind of exigencies on their account.
But good news overall for passengers,
yes,
who I'm sure will, yes.
Overall, it's a very good initiative, and I would like to thank Prime Minister Modi for taking this initiative personally and instructing Civil Aviation Ministry, and subsequently to Mr. Suresh Prabhu and Mr. Jain Sinha. I think it's a wonderful job, and it's a very good proposal. It should be welcomed by all the people, and I hope a few ifs and buts which are there, if those can be kept, it will be a very good proposal.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saxena, for joining us. Urvashi, so a whole range of proposals here from the Civil Aviation Ministry, monetary compensation, and in fact even free hotel accommodation has been proposed if a passenger misses their connecting flight due to a delay. The airline, of course, will have to bear not just the hotel charge but also transportation charge. If a flight on the tarmac is delayed for over 120 minutes, as I mentioned, then the passengers must be deboarded. So a whole range of measures here proposed to ensure that passengers are not inconvenienced in the case of cancellations or delays by the Civil Aviation Ministry. As I mentioned, these are just draft proposals, and the ministry will be waiting for further inputs from the other stakeholders.
Certainly. So the important point here being that this is just a proposal. It looks too good to be on paper, but whether or not there will be a resistance from the airlines, that remains to be seen. Of course, it's open for public consultation now, Aarti, and we'll see how this pans out in the days to come. But nonetheless, if this is incorporated, it's going to be absolutely brilliant news for the passengers there. Aarti, many thanks for joining in.